Welcome to the But Also Trail Running podcast. I'm your host, Celeste Fong. Let me start with a warning that this is an adult-only podcast. There will be profanity and indecent conversations. I would apologize, but I'm not really sorry. So this is a bonus episode that we're just going to put together real quick. It won't be long, but I am joined by one of my favorite people in the entire world, Miss Danielle, as in, have you met Danielle?
We are not doing this.
No, we're doing it. We're doing it. Oh. So everybody knows that Danny and I just went away for my 50th birthday. So for my 50th birthday, my husband gave me a trip. And
most epic trip ever.
It was the best fucking trip in the world. It originally started with me going to the Grand Canyon solo, doing a rim to rim. But then the Grand Canyon, most of it is closed because of the fires. So then I decided I was going to do Zion and Bryce in the Grand Canyon. And about 2 weeks before, Danny just decides, I'm coming. Maybe something about me needing a babysitter.
You did need a babysitter.
I did need
so valid.
Yes. So I am here today because Danielle saved me again.
From multiple animal attacks.
You didn't save me from the squirrel. The squirrel attacked.
That was your own fault.
Shut up.
I have no pity.
He needed pets. Okay, so we just want to give you a rundown of everything we did because it was the most life-changing, beautiful experience in my entire life. And I'm going to get sappy for a second and say how grateful I am that this bitch came with me because she made it immeasurably better. Like I said before I was going to go that I'm glad it's Danny coming because Danny and I can talk. We can have serious conversations about anything and everything and then be falling down, pissing our pants, laughing about nothing.
Which we did.
A lot. Yeah. And you're also very easy to travel with.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we flew into Phoenix and then we went to my lovely Jenna Lenny's mom recommended a park in Phoenix. It was like 15 minutes from the airport.
Thank you, Jenna.
Yeah.
Because that was awesome.
It was stunning. I don't remember the name of it.
Phoenix Mountains Reserve. But it was like the Pistoia Trail? Something like that.
And it was the first time, like there was, because we're children, and we got to see all the cacti. It was so exciting. Yeah, I got a cactus in my ass. Not for real, but.
She may have acted like she was going to sit on a cactus.
But I had a babysitter, and so I did not sit on the cactus. But that was really pretty. And we actually got to meet a couple of the park rangers there. And apparently most people go to a different park, but that one was prettier. They said something about it, and they were grateful we went there. But they were your typical mountain men.
They were.
No complaints.
No complaints. They were running through the trails, and we just looked over, and we're like, oh, those guys are trail running. And we're like, we'll get out of the way. And then we're like, oh, they're park rangers. So they stopped, said hello, said thank you for coming and visiting that park. And we were just like, thank you for maintaining, because the park was beautiful.
It was so beautiful. And it was very well, like you could follow the trail. It was perfect. And it was highly recommended. If you ever fly into Phoenix, it's like 15 minutes from the airport. And it was just a cute little trail. Was it 2.5 miles? It wasn't even long.
But I did think I was going to die.
The elevation, yeah.
So we had been in the airplane for hours. Yeah. We had been up since God knows what time.
Yeah.
And we're walking and hiking through. And I'm huffing and puffing like a whore.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, if this is what it's going to be like, I'm fucked. And Celeste is doing these trails by herself. Like, there's no way I'm keeping up. Thankfully, she was also huffing and puffing. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's not just me. But I was like, we're screwed this week.
Right. Because we literally got off the plane, got the rental, and drove there. So we had acclimated approximately an hour before we were hiking.
Yeah. I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, the scenery was gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful out there. We got to see some people walking their dogs. One lady had this, were there 2 dogs?
Yeah, 2.
She had 2 little dogs.
They were terriers.
Little foot rockets.
Hey.
And it was great. We had a blast. We were already joking. We were already laughing. Like, I think we were punch drunk at that point. We're just like out of our minds. And then when we left there, went to the Grand
we went to-
Canyon.
And neither of us have ever been out west like that.
No.
Ever. So this was our first trip. Neither of us had been to a national park before. So it was all a brand new experience. And it was really, the entire trip was like two little kids in a candy shop. And I mean that on multiple levels. First, because we were excited because we were in a candy shop. Second, because we ate like kids in a candy shop. Like we had girl dinner from start to end.
Yes.
Yes. Handful of M&Ms for breakfast. Totally on point. But yeah, so we went to the Grand Canyon and we got there in the dark. So we didn't see anything. It was just, find our room and stay the night. And then we got up to go the next day. The plan was to go to Zion. And
that was the plan.
That was the plan. And it's about 4 hours, 4.5 hour drive, something like that.
Not quite.
Well, but we don't know because
we made a lot of side quests.
So we're driving and Danny's like, oh, there's like sand caves coming up. And I'm like, fuck it, let's go. Because why wouldn't we?
Yeah. Well, first thing in the morning, I was just like, hey, so I had Google Maps open because I'm the passenger princess. So that's my job. Mm-hmm. So I'm on Google Maps and I'm looking and I'm like, hey, there's like a little like observation area if we pull off just around the corner.
I forgot about that.
So we missed sunrise at the Grand Canyon. We were a little disappointed. We knew we weren't going to see it up at Zion because there was no way we were getting there in time. Right. So we decided, well, you know what? We'll just stop off and see what's up here. We had no idea. Right. It just said little like scenic overlook. It was Marble Canyon.
Yep.
Antelope Pass.
Antelope Vista Pass, I think it's called. It was spectacular.
And we watched the sunrise.
Yeah.
We were 20 minutes before sunrise, so we got to sit there and watch the sun come up over the canyon, see it hit the rocks, and the way it just kind of hit the ground, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it really was. And that was our first view of a canyon.
Yes.
Yeah. And we're like, we're trying to figure out where the fuck we are because we don't know. We're just like, oh, what is this place? And so we're like, oh, it's Marble Canyon. And we figured it all out, which I'm kind of proud of. Oh, and we saw a jackalope.
On our trip, we saw a jackalope. Google said that jackalopes are in Nevada.
Yeah.
And we were looking at pictures of jackalopes. And then maybe an hour later, she's like, are jackalopes actually real? And I was like, yeah. I mean, we just looked at the pictures, Google said. And then we Googled, are jackalopes real? And we were crushed to find out that no, the hare-looking thing with antlers is not, in fact, real. So, big letdown.
Well, let's just say they've never been verified.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot we got attacked by the wild dogs.
Oh, at the gas station. Yeah.
That was even before we got to watch the sunset. We got attacked by 5 wild dogs. And by attacked, we mean they came up tails wagging and we were excited, like your typical
white women. Yeah.
Absolutely stunning puppies.
Oh, I'm in love with the one that looked like a wolf.
He did look like a wolf.
He was so cute. And apparently I'm not allowed to keep them because Danielle's my babysitter and mean.
Yeah, so this was the first time I saved her from herself because she quite literally wanted to bring the puppy home, and I had to remind her that we were going to be hiking for the next few days, and they couldn't fit in our carry-on luggage, so she was not happy.
Yeah, I pouted a little. But they were really good dogs.
Oh, they were so cute. They did not look like your typical wild dogs. They were not haggard. They did not look like they weren't cared for.
No, they looked healthy.
One of them did show me his teeth while he was wagging his tail, so I said we probably shouldn't pet them. Yeah.
And this is why I needed a babysitter.
Yes.
All right, so then we went to Antelope Pass. Then we were driving to Zion, and I think we went over the dam next, right? No, we did the sand caves.
The caves next.
The sand caves. That was, okay.
Or was it the dam? No, it was the dam.
Was it the dam next?
The dam was like some random, we literally drove over a bridge and she goes, oh, that looks like a dam. Let's look at it.
We just like park the car, get out, we walk over the bridge and it's a dam. So of course we're Googling to figure it the fuck out. And it was Glen Canyon Dam.
Yeah, and Lake Powell.
Over Lake Powell, yeah, which apparently is a famous dam. Who knew? Also, Lake Powell and Glen Canyon, also famous. Who knew? But it was really cool because we, took pictures of the dam and we like wandered around some, and that was cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And we decided that if we had time, maybe we would check it out on our way back.
Yes.
Because we didn't have time that day because we had to get to
Zion. Right.
And then
we went to the sand caves.
We found sand caves on the way and decided to stop on those. But it was literally on our route. We didn't even have to get off the main road. So we were just like, oh, these look cool. Let's check it out.
And it wasn't long.
Mm-mm.
But now, I don't know if I've ever mentioned, but I am petrified of heights. Like
petrified.
Like panic attack, shaking, blacking out kind of fear. So I have a hard time like going down rock scrambles.
Mm-hmm. She got scared when I was running up.
Well, you were being a bitch and you were running up a cliff face. I got up the cliff face. You got to be proud of me.
She did really well. Like, she didn't get nervous. She was nervous watching me, but she was fine going up.
Oh, no, I was shaking. But
You hit it well.
But we got up, and it was not an easy scramble up because it was almost like a sheer face, kind of. It was difficult to get up, and I'm like, how am I going to get back down?
There were spots that were a little intimidating.
Yeah. So we got up there, and those caves were so cool. Like, you were up stories high. Like, it was really high, and it was just like a hole in the side of a cliff that you're just looking out. That was fun. It was really cool.
That was a good find. But we really were like, oh, sand caves. So we're just going to like go out. Maybe there's a little beach spot. I mean, we had just been by a lake.
Right.
I was like, maybe there's a little beach spot and there's like these sand caves. And then we look up and we're like, oh.
They're up high.
So they're up high. They're not on the ground. She did great until she had to come down.
I just sat on my butt, and then there was dogs trying to go up it.
Yes, that was terrifying.
It was I was more scared for the dogs. I'm like, why are you bringing dogs up this? The dogs were like whining and crying, and I'm like, stop hurting dogs. Like, and she wouldn't let me like knock the owners off the mountain and keep the dogs. So I guess that's the second time you saved me.
Yeah. There were several.
Yeah.
There were several. But the sand caves, amazing.
Yeah. Highly recommend if you're driving down that, like, beautiful. It's a short little,
it was maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles.
Yes. And it was not even an hour out of the day, but it was A+ side quest.
Worth the side quest.
Yeah. Then what did we do after that?
We were driving and we see a bunch of cars stopped and we're watching. And she looks at me and goes, why are people stopping for cows?
Like, they're cute cows. And then I'm like, holy fuck, they're bison.
So we kind of freaked out. We were those idiot, like, spectators, except these bison were behind a fence. So it's not like they were wild bison going across the road that were going to attack us like you see the videos of things gone wrong, like Army Fail or Fail Army or whatever it is.
I would have stopped anyway.
Online. So, no, she wouldn't have stopped. She would have gotten, like, nailed by a bison. But we got to go across, and there were tons of bison. You see them kind of just, like, running in, and then there's an area, what was it, like a ditch that was full of water. So they went over, and they were maybe 5 feet in front of us.
If that.
Just drinking their water.
Yeah. So we were really close to bison, and they were just like, I'm drinking my water. You may take my picture.
Yeah, so clearly they were used to people being there.
Yeah. And there was literally 20 people stopped taking pictures of these fucking bison. Like, it was not.
It wasn't just us.
No, people were pulled off because.
But we were trying to figure out why in the hell people were stopped for cows.
I mean, there were a lot of cute cows on our trip. But
They were very cute cows.
The bison, highly recommend. Love them. And then we went to Zion.
And then finally got to Zion at noon.
Now, the government was shut down. So we didn't have to pay to get in. Now, Danny is retired military, so we could have got in.
Well, veteran military, but yeah. So I had my...
Whatever, you're a veteran.
I have my Veterans America the Beautiful Pass or whatever it is. So we get in for free.
But they didn't even look at anything. It was just letting people in. But Zion was packed. Like, packed. And there's like this tunnel you got to drive through that was like a mile of pitch dark. And there was like a van in front of us and a Harley behind us. And so it was echoing. That was 0 stars, did not like that part. But we were like, okay, all signs were like, Zion's full, you have to go park in the town, And I'm like, well, there's a parking lot right here. Let's drive around. stalked some chick. We got her parking place. It was beautiful. So we parked right there. Now in Zion, you can't drive across the whole place. You have to take shuttles to all the hiking trails pretty much, which was, it was fine.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it was totally fine. So what did we do? We went to the Emerald Ponds.
The Emerald Pools.
The Emerald Pools.
There were, lower, middle, and upper.
Yeah, so we did all 3 of those.
So crowded. Gorgeous. Like, really beautiful hikes. We had a great time. Challenging in points for me.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe not for her, but for me.
Beautiful, though.
Absolutely beautiful. Really annoying because people were just so rude.
Except for those kids. They were so funny.
Oh, my God. They were hilarious.
There's these 3 kids. I say kids. They were probably in their early 20s. Yeah, but like, it was my 50th birthday trip, okay? Those were fucking kids. But anyway, they were so funny because they're like trying to say shit and we're just like, oh, no. Because they were like, oh, yeah. What did they say? Like they run 4 miles or something. And we're like, oh, that's cute.
Yes. They said something about, oh, running's stupid. I'm like, I hate running. And he looked at me. He's like, really? I was like, no, not really. Trying to make conversation about what kind of camera I had.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm getting really nervous seeing you run with your camera hanging on your pack. I'm like, it's clipped in.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were
made
weird.
And we were, because we were being silly, we did mostly hiking, but every trail we're like, trail run! And we would run part of it just so we could say we ran on each trail.
We did run on every trail.
I made you run a few miles in the Grand Canyon. You
made me run some scary miles in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We will get to that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did the pools, which were beautiful.
That was amazing.
Yes, I loved that.
Then Kayenta? Was it the Kayenta Trail?
No, wasn't that in... I don't remember. Why are you asking me hard questions?
Well, whatever it was.
We did, we did a few different
things. That trail
was
different. And then we met Jade and Fallon.
Oh, Jade and Fallon, they were the best. Okay, people that are out on the trails. I just love trail people. Let's see.
We saw the deer. We met Jade and Fallon in the shuttle. They were awesome.
Oh, it was Kayenta. It was Kayenta and Grotto.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did Emerald Pools, Kayenta, and Grotto, those trails. And then we met
Jade and Fallon.
And they were like an uncle and niece. And he's backwoods kind of, like he lives in Utah where you can't even, like you have to take a snowmobile in and out during the winter kind of situation. And she lives in a van because she was traveling. Her and her father built a van.
Yeah.
They were
lovely.
He's a tour at Wasatch.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a tour guide.
Yeah, tour guide there. So he's like, come visit. And we're like, yeah, because that was cool. He was a good shit.
He was super cool.
Yeah.
Like, definitely your backcountry kind of dude.
Yeah, he was Utah Marcus.
Yes. He was Utah Marcus. Yes, 100%. Like, that's probably the best way to describe him. Anybody who knows Marcus, he was Utah Marcus.
He was totally Utah Marcus, and I love him. I told Marcus about it, too, by the way. Okay, so then
we went to the Narrows.
The Narrows. Now, again, this trip, like, again, so many of the decisions that we made after the fire were, like, last minute. Like, Danny coming was last minute. Going to Zion and Bryce were last minute. All the side quests were last minute. So, like, we didn't really know that much about the Narrows. We knew you had to go in the water, end of list. So I had brought water shoes. Read that as slippers that you could get wet.
I forgot my water shoes, so I at least had like an old pair of sneakers.
And I only brought one pair of trail shoes on this trip. Like I brought my Mountain Coast. I was not going to wear anything else. So I didn't want to get them wet. So I tied them to my backpack. Now we had on our big backpacks because we knew we weren't going to be able to get back to the car. We didn't know the situation we were going to be in. So we had on these huge backpacks. Now I had the rental car keys in my backpack, which at that point were about 10 hours from where the rental place is.
Mm-hmm.
And we had our phones, we had your camera, chargers, like
everything.
So we're like, we can't get wet.
So we were going down and we're like knee deep. Then at one point I'm thigh deep and then I'm like almost waist deep. And I look and there are people 10 feet away from me that are chest deep.
Yeah.
And we were just like, nope.
No. And the ground, it wasn't like sand or even little rocks. It was like these big like all these weird shaped rocks. So you would step and your foot would go like between things and it would twist and it was banging. I'm like
we had poles and we were using them to help guide. And I used it as a depth finder.
Yeah, a depth
that
finder.
I knew what was coming up in front of me. But then it would drop off to the side and you were down another foot. So we
decided to turn around.
Yeah.
But if we ever go back, I would love to do the whole Narrows and like plan with it and have some. We didn't have like waterproof anything.
No.
And we saw a couple people like literally fall in the river and we're like, this was fun. Let's go.
Yeah.
It was beautiful though.
Loved it.
Loved it. Would
definitely on the
go
list.
back. Yeah.
To do again if we go back there.
But if you're going to go to the Narrows, plan better than us.
Yeah. Have a dry bag.
That would
know.
work. Yeah. Yeah. Have something to put your phone and keys in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dry bag definitely needed.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
And definit's have a pole and sturdy shoes.
Shoes and a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely you want a pole or something.
Because you are going to fall.
And you're in the Virgin River. Make your jokes. And it is a flowing river. So, yeah. We saw multiple people fall. So, yeah.
It was entertaining.
It was wonderful. And then we went to Weeping Rock.
Yeah.
And so at this point,
it's late.
It was getting late. And there was a cutoff, like the last bus was at like 5:15 or something like that. And it was getting close to that time.
Close.
So, or it's shuttle, whatever you want to call it. So we went to Weeping Rock. We climbed up and there were two people there. They took a picture and left. So we were the only two people at Weeping Rock. And one of the people from Tony's Flower Shop, which is my favorite little bakery in Connecticut, but they were telling me that they waited like over an hour to get a picture alone there. And we were completely alone. So we were able to get some good pictures. And it was really cool because it's just this like kind of cave that is always dripping water.
And if you're leaning, there's a ledge. So like you could literally lean on the ledge, just put your head back and the water was falling on you.
Yeah.
And we were hot at that point. So it felt amazing.
Yep.
So you're getting kind of cooled off by the like just mist and drops that are falling on you. And the view was amazing. Mm-hmm. It was absolutely gorgeous. That ended up being one of my favorite spots in Zion.
Me too. It was magical.
And probably because there were no people up there. So we got to go up and fully appreciate it. There was no one rushing you, no one sitting there trying to take pictures and like pushing you out of the way or trying to stay. It was just gorgeous and serene.
Yes.
Like serene is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. And it wasn't pouring like a waterfall.
No, it was
just dribbles. It was lovely. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
5 stars.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then that was done. We were done at Zion at that point.
We were done at Zion.
So we had to, at that point, get the shuttle back to our car and drive to Bryce. Now, so what happened was I had the hotel the whole week at Grand Canyon. But again, when I decided like, was it 2-3 weeks before I'm leaving that I'm going to do Zion and Bryce, I booked a separate room at Bryce, like right outside, and I got a little baby cabin. It was the cutest fucking thing you've ever seen. But so we wanted to drive there because it was only an hour and a half. It was under 2 hours. But so the sun was setting as we were leaving Zion, and that was spectacular. It was very zigzaggy road to drive on, so that was a little nerve-wracking for me, but and then do we share the horror story, the trauma? Because it was traumatic.
There was some trauma on the car ride to Bryce.
So it got dark.
Very, very dark.
It is pitch black out there. And I had a rental, and it was...
The lights were horrible.
And the darkness was absolutely complete. And out there, the highway is just a 2-lane road. And when it says 50 miles, it means 50 miles of nothing. Mm-hmm. And when there's a sign that says deer crossing for the next 35 miles, they fucking mean it. So there are deer everywhere. Now, my eyes are shit because I'm old, so I can't see. We're driving in somewhere I've never been. And at that point, I don't think I've slept in 2 nights.
No.
Because it's me.
You hadn't slept.
Yeah. So we're driving, and deer start running in front of the car. And I don't mean like 1 or 2. Okay. Like we had
many deer.
Many deer. So one like jumps and a car had clipped it, but it kept running. So we're going, and I'm like almost at a dead stop because they're just coming from both sides of the road. And this like pickup truck is driving way too fucking fast and slams one. Now the truck doesn't slow down at all.
Not even a little bit. Saw it, doesn't slow down, hits this deer.
The deer went flying. It was like a movie. The deer went flying.
Almost like it was in slow motion.
Yeah. Hits the ground. And it's like on a slip and slide. Like it just slid for 30, and it was dead by then. It's just sliding. It slid, 30, 40 feet?
Oh, yeah.
Directly under my car, which is stopped. Like I'm stopped. But there's cars coming behind me. There's cars coming on the other side. And there's still deer jumping around. Oh my God. It was like driving over a speed bump. I'm like in tears. Danny's like laughing like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, oh my God, we're going to die.
She was so traumatized. And I couldn't stop laughing. I laugh when I get nervous. Like, I can't help it. But I was giggling like a fucking teenager.
It was so traumatic.
About to piss my pants because I'm like, oh my God, that really just happened. Like, I can't believe that just happened. And when we ran it over to go forward, it was like, literally like
bump,
thump,
bump.
thump.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
And she was about ready to cry.
Now, and everybody who knows me knows, like, I'm going to die petting something I shouldn't because I love animals.
Yes.
So it was just, oh God,
it was traumatic.
It was traumatic. And then I'm like petrified that a deer's going to jump out and hit us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to kill my best friend. And somebody, like, I'm just going to be on the side of the road somewhere. And like literally the next day when you're driving down these roads, there were dead deer everywhere. Okay. Everywhere. So this is a very common occurrence apparently, but it was awful. It was awful.
So but then anyway, slowly we made our way to our cabin.
I kept pulling off. I'm like, let the people pass. Let the people pass. They can die. I'm not going to die.
Yeah, I drive like an old lady on a normal day. She drove even slower than I normally drive. Yeah. So it was entertaining for me in that regard because she likes to make fun of how I drive. So I enjoyed that part.
Okay, you drive
I drive like an old lady.
Yeah.
I own it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was traumatic.
Yeah,
0 stars. Do not recommend.
0 stars.
Yeah.
Hopefully we never repeat that experience.
But the experience was literally like if you're watching a comedy, like that's the kind of Tommy Boy or something, you know, when they hit the deer.
You see it in slow motion.
Yeah.
You see it. You have like views on both sides. There's somebody sitting there like eating a sandwich on the side of the road. And you see us stopped. You see other cars just zooming past. Deer cross. Mm-hmm. The guy hits the deer and you see it like slide in slow motion under the car. And us just like stone-faced going over it like thump, thump, and then carry on. That's what I pictured in my head the entire time.
Yeah.
And I think that was partly why I was giggling because it was like...
It was unreal. Like it was unreal, but it happened.
So
anyway, so that was my trauma of my trip. But anyway, so we made it to Bryce.
Yes. So the next morning, it's 7:30. And mind you, we planned on getting up early. So I looked at her and I'm like, why did you let me sleep in?
Yeah, because I had been reading at that point. I think I read 2 books that morning.
She looks at me and she goes, because it's 28 degrees.
Yeah. And I didn't bring a coat.
So we waited about an hour and went to Bryce.
Yeah. And then it was so funny because it was 28 degrees. It was really cold. So we're like, well, let's go to Bryce. We'll do the short, because there was 2 different things that we wanted to do at Bryce. I'm like, we'll do the short loop and then we'll go back to the car and we could change because we, layered. So we go to Bryce and perfect parking.
Oh, yeah. There was so much parking at Bryce.
Yeah. And we go to the bathroom, come back to the car and I'm like, it's not that cold. So we didn't even, I didn't wear my vest. You didn't wear your coat.
No.
But so we decided to do what they call the figure 8.
Yeah, and it starts at Wall Street.
So we went down Wall Street,
which was amazing.
Again,
terrifying
for some of us because it was switchbacks,
but like
downed.
Yeah.
And so on one side you have like kind of a rock wall, on the other side is a drop. Far,
but gorgeous.
Oh, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen besides my children.
When we were at Bryce, every time we would come around a bend, like we thought we were giddy little teenagers the day before. When we were at Bryce, we were like, oh my God, look at this. Holy shit. And we turn a corner and we're like, oh my God, this is even better. Like we were children.
Yeah. And
was...
Bryce was by far my favorite.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, Grand Canyon, Zion, everything we did was amazing.
Amazing.
But Bryce, if you can only visit one, make it Bryce. When people talk about those Hoodoos, they're cool as fuck. Like, those things were so cool. So we went down Wall Street, and then we hit the Peekaboo Loop.
Yeah.
And once we hit the Peekaboo Loop, there weren't, like, no people. It was so wonderful. Like, no people.
There was no one.
It got hot because we did a big climb. Because you go down Wall Street to hit the bottom of Bryce. And then the Peekaboo, you're kind of climbing up, like almost all the way out. But, like, not
quite.
Not quite, but it was a big climb. And then we were getting warm and we're like, let's change.
It was a figure 8.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. But we changed our clothes on the trail, like shoes off, pants off. Nobody came. Like, it was so funny. I have pictures.
We're not sharing those.
We're not sharing those. But in case Danielle misbehaves, I have pictures.
Yeah. I have my own blackmail, so we're even here. But anyway, so we were able to literally change on the trail, move on, and there were no people. It was lovely.
Oh, I hate people.
Like, it was amazing. And we made it miles without seeing people on that loop.
Yeah, it was so good. And that loop was absolutely spectacular.
Highly
recommend. That was where we saw Thor's hammer too, right?
That was where we saw Thor's hammer.
So it was Wall Street down to Peekaboo Loop.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I got it written down. Hold on. I'm going the wrong direction. Idiot. Not me, you. Okay, so it was Wall Street, the Navajo, Tropic, Queen's Garden, Peekaboo, Rim, Tower, and Fairy Tale Trails. That's what we did there.
Stunning.
So we did this loop, the figure 8, and we were going to go do the whole Fairy Tale loop. And we're like, we didn't want to go. It was another 8 miles, which we didn't care about the mileage, but we were looking at the time and we were hungry because we had forgotten to pack lunch because, girl dinner. And so we're like, let's just go to the store and see what we can find because they have like a little sizer. And first of all, we met the coolest guy there.
Oh, he was so sweet.
He was awesome. We talked about tattoos.
The cashier was adorable.
Yeah, it was just great. But then we're looking around and we just literally we bought crackers and cheese and just sat at the...
And salami.
Yeah, I didn't eat the salami. I ate a Slim Jim. But we sat on the edge of Bryce Canyon and we just sat there and ate and made little sandwiches and it was absolutely beautiful. Oh, and that was that where I met my little chipmunk friend?
Why do I feel like that was going down Subway? Or was it later? Maybe it was on the Peekaboo Loop.
I think it was on the Peekaboo
Loop.
So there was a little baby chipmunk.
You were giving him your Pop-Tart, so it was in the morning.
No, it was a tiny bit of the waffle.
Oh,
so it was in the morning.
That's right.
So I had a little squirrel come over. And he literally... Chipmunk came and he hugged my finger and he nibbled on my finger and gave me kisses and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Except Danny wouldn't let me keep him because she's a bitch. Something about babysitting, I don't know.
Her husband told me not to let her bring any wild animals home. I did my job.
I'm a little mad. Anyway, so I got to pet a chipmunk, a wild chipmunk, so that was awesome.
It was adorable.
Yeah, it was really cute. So after lunch, we decided to do the Tower Trail.
Yes.
Which once again... we had to go all the way down Bryce and out to the tower, which was stunning. And again, no people.
Tower Arch. That was an awesome view.
It was so
beautiful.
Cool. When we sat there and ate peanuts.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we had to climb back out. So I was really proud of Danny because you climbed down, up, down, up, down, up in Bryce. So you really did 3 pretty significant climbs at Bryce, which was...
I did tell her to go fuck herself multiple times on our last up.
Yes. Yeah. And we were, what was it? It was I forgot, 1,100 feet of elevation in that last climb.
Yeah, it was all up.
Yeah, it was straight up.
It was beautiful.
Oh, stunning.
Stunning. Yeah. No complaints view-wise.
Yeah.
But I'm a little out of shape. I don't do this kind of stuff.
And I'm a bitch.
Worth it. Totally
it was stunning. Highly recommend. Cannot wait to go back to Bryce someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see other national parks, but I want to go back to Bryce. I also want to go back to Zion.
There are things I want to do in Zion that we didn't get to do because we didn't.
No.
We didn't know and we didn't really plan.
And originally it was going to be, we'll just look at Zion real quick and then we'll do a 60K at Bryce. But then I was like, no, you know what? Instead of just running and pushing and caring about time, I'm like, I would rather enjoy it and live it and experience the views and stop and take the pictures and meet the people. And so it kind of was a change that way.
Yeah. Instead of distance, we were just doing it for like absolute experience. Right. And it was gorgeous.
Yeah. And I did want to hit the 50 miles for the week because my 50th birthday, which we did more than 50 miles, so it was fine. But yeah, so Bryce was phenomenal. So then we went back to and that was on my birthday.
Yeah.
And just to note, Heidi, I got at least 100 compliments on my hair. So you're lucky you weren't there because I would have thrown you off a mountain. But my hair did look cute.
She had her hair out in the same picture for the podcast. Like, that's how her hair was out. She got so many compliments. She was beaming.
It was the best birthday ever.
She got a ton of compliments when we were at Zion, too.
Yeah.
But even more, and considering there were less people, that's saying something. But she got so many compliments on her hair.
I think at Zion, it was braided, so it wasn't as obnoxious. I had pigtails.
Yes.
For Bryce, and the pigtails are like, fucking look at me.
Yep.
So yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, so we spent I think we got food. Like we picked up French fries.
We stopped and got French fries. And
on the way. Yeah. Yep. And so then the next morning, we decided to take the next day, and it was like 5.5 hour drive from Bryce to the Grand Canyon. So we decided that we were just going to enjoy the day. We were going to use it as a recovery day, and we were just going to side quest the fuck out of our day.
So we literally just tried to find places.
Side quest. So the first thing we did, I'm trying to remember.
Belly of the Dragon.
Oh my God, the Belly of the Dragon. Okay,
Puppy.
So we parked the car, and we see a guy coming down down the trail, and he's got a sling on, and like this little face peeking out of the sling. And both of us, typical white girl reaction, right? Like, dog,
Puppy.
So the guy, he's literally walking towards us, and he just reaches in the sling, pulls out a 6-week-old German short hair puppy and hands it to me. Just hands me his fucking puppy. I'm like, oh, and she just starts licking my face, and she's petting my face with those uber huge paws. Oh my God, she was so fucking cute. Her name is Oakley. We don't know his name, but he lived in Iowa, so that's his name.
His name is Iowa.
His name is Iowa. He had retired, and he was traveling the country. He was 47, so he was young, but he retired, and he was traveling the country. And at a bar, heard about the breeder of this puppy who had a stroke. And his wife was older and couldn't care for the dog, so they were going to a rescue. So he went to PetSmart, spent $1,000 on shit, and went and rescued this goddamn dog. And it was so cute. That dog was so cute.
That dog was...
She was so sweet. God.
So that was the one point where I almost let her bring something home with us.
Yeah,
we almost knocked Iowa out so that we could steal Oakley because she was
such a good puppy.
Sweet.
She was so she hugs once we gave her back, because we both held her and we gave her back, and she had like a stuffy, and she just hugged the stuffy and fell asleep, and I'm like, oh my God, it was so cute.
We both fell absolutely in love with this dog. Yeah. She was the sweetest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just the story and the fact that he did, oh my gosh, the compassion and just...
Yeah, and he did have a German short hair at home also. Yes. So he does know the breed and he has experience, but he's just now traveling the country with this fucking puppy.
That you can tell he absolutely
loves that dog. Yeah. Yeah.
It was hilarious.
It was so cute.
Totally not expected. So that made our morning. And then we go into Belly of the Dragon.
Which was that shit was cool.
That was so cool.
So it was like a mile maybe. But you literally went into a cave and but it was like a tunnel and you just went through it. It was so cool.
That was so awesome cool to go through. But then the pictures, of course, I send my kids pictures and they tell me it's a butthole.
And it really did look like a butthole.
So now, every time I look at that picture, I think we walked through a butthole.
It was the belly of a dragon. We had to get into the belly somehow. So you go in the butthole, through the belly, and out the mouth? I don't know.
So thank you to my children. I will never look at these pictures the same. I thought it looked cool, and now all I can see is an asshole. So,
especially the picture of you in the asshole?
Yes. Thank you. So, yeah, I love my kids.
Yeah. I mean, I love your kids too. But that was cool. So highly recommend that. If you're going to do like that, it was just such a cool, like, it was cool.
It didn't take long.
No, it was simple.
All.
It was just a simple side of the road. It was.
And Iowa told us, he's like, it's not very long. It's a very quick tunnel. He's like, but it is very cool. And oh, by the way, it's like 10 degrees cooler in there. At that point, it was cold in the morning.
It was still cold.
Chilly,
yeah, it was 30 degrees out.
Yeah, but it was, oh my gosh, it was
beautiful.
Awesome.
I
that
loved
was
it.
Cool.
Yeah, and that was maybe 2 miles off the road. It was
if that.
It was really easy. And then we went to
Glen Canyon.
So apparently the Glen Canyon recreation area, according to All Trails, I think was something like 1 million acres or something.
It's humongous.
That's what she said.
I asked for that.
You really did. But it was so cool. And, we had done the dam that couple days before. So this time we went to the Rim Trail, which was completely different because it was kind of like just a desert trail, like a prairie almost.
You
it was
went
so cool.
up into a neighborhood.
Yeah, that was
parked
weird.
At the trail area. At one point, we're in people's backyards because we took the wrong spot. And then we got back on trail.
Yep.
But it was awesome. Like that was a couple miles. It wasn't that bad. Like
no, it was
we made it longer
trip.
than it was supposed to be.
Well, because we wanted to get pictures and stuff, and we got lost a couple times because we're us. But that was a good trail. If we lived there,
awesome.
I would run the shit out of that trail like constantly because it was just beautiful. The view was beautiful. It wasn't, technical as far as like. You know what I mean? Like
you could make it technical a little bit here and there, but no, it was
just a nice trail.
Easily runnable trail.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
It was different.
Yes.
Which was nice because, side quest. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was fun. And that was, I forgot, 2.5 miles maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. And then we went to the Arch.
And this is something literally Instagram.
Yeah.
I saw it on Instagram and I'm like, hey, this looks cool. Maybe like it's in Page. If we drive by, like, let's check it out. It's behind a Shell station.
Which is insane. Like, why is there something behind a gas station?
We didn't realize how popular it was.
Yeah.
But people recognized the pictures when we came home. They're like, hey, is that behind? I was just like, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it is. Yeah.
So
the picture that is my personal Facebook page, like...
Profile pic.
Thank you. My mind's not working. That is the two of us jumping in the Arch. And that picture is one of the best pictures we took the whole trip. That was perfection.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was just this small, like, the
pictures,
like when we looked at it, we're like, where's the Arch? And then we see people taking pictures and you go back and you look and you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
So it's almost like you're
deceptive.
It's like a open mouth kind of, and you have to go into the mouth and look out to see the Arch.
And it's wave rock, so it's like all that wave rock, which is awesome.
Yeah. And then we kind of wandered around the property there, and we were just like,
we found the little amphitheater around the corridor.
Yeah, and we were just taking cool pictures and climbing up stuff and going around stuff and
being idiots.
A little bit.
We were definitely being inappropriate. We found the exclamation point.
Okay, so the exclamation point, sure, exclamation point. It looked more like a vagina, but whatever.
But we're going to say it was an exclamation point.
Okay, it was a vagina. But that was cool. That was a good experience. It's quick. You have to have patience because but it was worth it.
It was a cool little side quest. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
And then Horseshoe Bend.
Okay, Horseshoe Bend was the only place that you had to pay to get into. Mm-hmm. Now, national parks, obviously, if they're open, you have to pay. But I think because of the government shutdown,
Yeah, they weren't manning.
They weren't looking, really.
Mm-hmm.
But Horseshoe Bend, I think it was $10 to park.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the biggest problem with Horseshoe Bend was that it was very, very busy.
Oh, yeah, so crowded.
So crowded with your very stereotypical...
Instagram attention grabbing
and
people.
Tourists.
So
a lot of
many.
Tourists. And very lacking manners, because a lot of people, like when you're out on trails and stuff, on your left or, just consideration, there was none.
One lady pushed you out of the way.
Yeah, literally pushed me out of the way so she could take a picture. I'm like, okay, that was rude. But it was beautiful. So it was Lake Powell. And it was the horseshoe bend of Lake Powell, right? Am I correct?
I think so.
I think that's what that was.
It was so cool. There's like this giant rock, and there's literally like a horseshoe of water around it. And it was just awesome looking down in like this cavern.
Yeah. And it was, so the whole top of it was pretty much just an open cliffside. And you could just go walk along it and like just pictures everywhere. And again, there was quite a few Instagram people. And, you know, like, why are you wearing a dress to something like this?
Or
Yeah. But anyway, more for the picture than the experience. But that one it was very, very pretty. We got some cute pics. The two of us back to back.
We did. And we just like viewing it and seeing it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like seeing the pictures online, we were like, hey, this looks cool. Let's go check it out. That was a last minute, like, hey, this kind of looks cool and it's kind of on the way. Let's try it.
Side quest.
And we loved it.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
Like that, just the experience of it and viewing it and seeing it in person, like incredible.
Yeah. And every single side quest except for the Phoenix hike. Phoenix hike was recommended by Jenna.
Yeah.
And the arch you had said you wanted to see because you saw it on Instagram. Everything else was just a spur of the moment. Hey, this looks good. Hey, let's stop here. Hey, it was very just like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh, and Denny's.
We did go to Denny's.
We went to Denny's.
And I got the Spanish menu.
Yes, which was hilarious. And that was one of the only actual meals we ate because it was...
Yeah. Well, I did have a hamburger the night before and you had French fries, which for you is like a full meal.
That's true. Fair.
Yeah, that was it.
And so then we're like, okay, let's get to the Grand... And I wanted to get to the Grand Canyon before dark because of my trauma. And so we're pulling into, and the park itself is like fucking miles and miles and miles and miles because we were at South Rim. So we're going in and people are pulling off the road and we're like, what the fuck is happening? So and all of a sudden Danny's like, oh my God, look. And we didn't know what they were yet. We knew they were big and we're like, okay, I think they're elk, but we didn't know for sure, which it turns out they were elk. So we stop and we're taking pictures and there were 3 females and a big boy.
Oh, yeah.
The buck, he had these huge antlers and he was so big. And we were like, oh my God. So we got pictures and everything. And then we had to go back to the grocery store because
we needed more snacks.
Yeah, for our backpack because we were doing the Grand Canyon the next day. But we wanted to see the sunset at Grand Canyon. So we hurried up. We found the only parking place, I think, of the whole place, which was right around the corner from the canyon. And we went running over to see the sunset, which we got to see.
We did.
Spectacularly beautiful. And then we went to a store and we asked the guy at the conservation store about it. And we showed him the picture. And he's like, oh yeah, there's only like 3 of those bucks in this whole park. And we got to see one. And it was like, okay, that's cool as shit.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, the bigger the horns, the more ladies they have.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, well, he had 3 with him. So
yeah. And he said, well, if he had 3, there were probably like 6 more in the back.
And we're like, damn. Because there was right down the road, wild. Other people had stopped too. So it probably was just like, his harem.
Really
but that was cool. So then we went to bed and the plan was for the Grand Canyon to get up early. Now, the day we were doing the Grand Canyon, there was the threat of rain and there was a flash flood warning.
And thunderstorms.
Yes. So we were like, okay, we have to make decisions on the fly because we have to be safe. So what we decided to do was we were going to, from the hotel, take the Rim Trail to the South Trail, go down south, across Tano, and up Bright Angel. And we had thought about maybe taking out to the Colorado River and back, but we weren't sure because we were going to play it by ear. So we started in the pitch dark. Now, the first 11 miles we did of the Grand Canyon, we saw 12 people. It was amazing. It was so good. And we saw some badasses. We saw these 2 ladies that were like flying. Oh my God. They just
flying. At one point we looked and we're like, holy shit, that's how far they are right now.
Yeah.
Mind you, she has me trail run at certain points and then I slipped and she's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. Don't die. Because again, you're now in the dark. When we first started in the pitch dark, it was kind of in a way better because you couldn't see how far of a drop off it was.
Mhm.
So we saw a cute little mouse. I made friends with him. And then got to a point, we watched the sunrise come over the Grand Canyon. And so we were maybe halfway down at that point.
Yeah.
So we were far enough down, but it was
stunning.
It was stunning. And there's just no words to describe the beauty of that shit. Like, and we took like all sorts of pictures. We took like panoramics, video. None of it does it justice.
No.
To live it. So then we started after the sunrise. I kind of made you jog a little bit more going down. But I knew too that time was it mattered. Like time was of the essence because of the flash flood warnings.
We were a little nervous.
Right. So, we get to the bottom and the South Trail was closed. So you couldn't go out to the Colorado River. It was closed from tip-off. So there was a guy there and he's like, you can go down a little bit so you could see the river from tip-off, but you can't go all the way down. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I want to see the river. Let's go down to tip-off and we'll come back up. So we did that. We went down to tip-off. We came back up just so I could see it. It was really dirty, but we got to see it. And then we took Tano across and it was crazy. Like you would cross like creeks and all of a sudden there would be like
lush
greenery. And we're like, what the fuck is this? But it was cool. It was absolutely beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But it wasn't as spectacular as Bryce, I don't think. It was.
I agree.
Mind-blowing. And I'm so glad I had the experience.
I'm really glad we did it.
Yeah.
Like being down in the bottom of the Grand Canyon
was fucking
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. The best were the signs where it had like these cartoon like guys puking on the side of the trail. Like there were signs going like, altitude sickness is real, blah, 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 whatever. But so then, we took Tano across. And at that point, because we had started in the dark and we were at the bottom and going across, we didn't even really hit sun at all until almost to Bright Angel was when we started hitting sun. But I knew that we had started already climbing up a little bit, but I knew we had miles of a climb left. And from Tonto to the Colorado River on Bright Angel was, I forgot, like 2.8 miles in one way. And I'm like, I don't know that we have time to do 6 more miles with the sun coming up. It's going to get hot.
And we didn't have service, so it's not like we could check what the weather forecast was going to be.
But we knew that there were flash flood warnings, and there was actually a sign at the garden saying that there was flash flood warning and stuff. And I'm like, it's not worth it to chance that. We're not going to die doing this.
The clouds were dark at one point.
The clouds were dark, and it was sprinkling, and it had started sprinkling. So we're like, let's go. So we start heading up, and I wish we counted how many times you planned my death, because it was a lot.
A lot.
It was a lot. It was. I was just giggling because I'm a bad person, but it was a hard climb because it was at that point from the gardens up. I think it was 4.5 miles, and when I say up, I mean 4.5 mile climb, no break, no break. It was up, thousands of feet of elevation in that 4.5 miles, and I got attacked by a squirrel. Literally. So first one said hi to me and we were like really good friends, came to, kiss my hand. But then the second squirrel came to kiss my hand, realized I didn't have any food, and he went to grab my hand and he scratched it. So I'm like, yay! I got attacked by a wild animal.
Rattlesnake.
Oh, yeah. So then we're climbing up and also I'm like, what's that noise?
You hear the rattle, and we were trying to figure out what it is.
I'd never heard a rattlesnake before.
This asshole's like a couple feet away from it. It's coiled up, and it's rattling, and we see what it is, and she's like, oh my God, it's a snake. And I'm like, yeah, maybe stop going near it. Like, it's gonna jump and bite you.
I had to get pictures.
Oh my God.
It was really cool. So then this family is coming up behind us and we're like, rattlesnake, don't go by. Because he had 2 little boys, and we're like, don't go to the rattlesnake. And the husband is like, oh, I got to get video. So we're like watching this guy go up to it. And I'm like, okay. I looked at the wife. I'm like, we're using your husband as a human shield because the rattlesnake was on the side of the cliff face. So to go around the rattlesnake is just a drop. Like on that side was a drop. So we're like,
But there was enough room. It was actually a wide area.
It was pretty wide. Oh, and when we say wide, we're talking like a sidewalk, like a wide sidewalk.
Yeah.
We're not talking like, a road width. But so we're using your husband as like a human shield. If he's going to be right in front of the snake, we're going around him. And she's like, yeah, me too. So, yeah, we got around him. So that snake was cool though. But once again, Danny saved my life.
I don't like snakes.
Bitchy
We did see
babysitter.
horses on the trail too.
Oh yeah, the horses going down. That was cool. We got to see horses on the trail. And then we kept climbing and climbing and climbing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did plot her death multiple times.
Yeah. And I just giggled like an idiot.
I kept wondering if her husband would really miss her if I pushed her off. And I figured since, this was his gift that I probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. But so we did get up to the top. And then I was very proud of her. That was not easy. And again, she decided 2 weeks previously to go on this.
It was fun.
So it was, I'm proud of you. You did it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, totally worth it.
Yeah.
Even though I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to be dying tomorrow. Surprisingly enough,
no,
totally
we were
fine.
No. The biggest pain I had was my ankle from driving, all that driving. But so we get to the top, we go back to the room, we're like, let's take a quick shower and we'll go get dinner. We're going to actually go get a meal. So we're like, let's hurry up and get dinner and go to bed. Because it's like, by now, it's like bedtime already. We're tired. Let's walk there, to the lodge. We'll just get dinner. She's like, yeah, I'm really tired. Let's go. And we look and it was 2:30 in the afternoon. We were both like, oh shit, it's not bedtime yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was asleep by 6:30.
Yeah, you were out. You were
like
out
cold snoring by 6:30.
Yeah.
So like in bed probably around 5:30. It was, yeah.
And I probably fell asleep maybe 7:30 and I woke up at 9. So that was fun. And then I started Googling how many people die at the Grand Canyon every year. Don't ever do that.
Thankfully, we were done at that point, so it was okay.
And it is a statistical, it was like...
And a lot of them were suicide.
Or heart failure was the number one. Heart failure.
Yes.
And I think it's because people are not acclimated or don't understand how hard the climb's going to be.
There was less accidental falls than there were intentional falls or heart attacks, which are understandable. I mean, I say our hearts were pounding, but really, they weren't that bad considering. But we also do stupid shit. We're used to I don't know, runners' heart rates tend to be low to begin with. Yeah. So, when I say they were high, I think I hit 143 was my high. Yeah. So it really wasn't that bad, but it felt worse than normal. So, well, plus with the, it is elevation. It's a different world than here. But yeah, so that was it. We did, went back to the room. We went to bed, got up really early the next morning, went to the airport and came home. Yeah. We were in the car for a few hours and then literally in the plane forever. And that drunk chick that almost fell on you. Oh my God. She got on the plane. She was so drunk. Yeah. The woman next to me was hammered. Hammered drunk. Before she got on the plane. And then she got a double vodka with cranberry. Yeah. Yeah. I thought she was going to puke on me or fall over into me. Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, neither happened. And we made it home safely. And I will say, we ended up we flew with Breeze, which I had never heard of, but Bessic recommended. So thank you, Bessic, because that was a great recommendation. Oh, it was great. It was a great, really good. It was a great. We lucked out. Yeah. Everything worked out. So yeah, that was our adventure. Best trip of my life. Same. Yeah. Same. It was magical. We're already planning the next one. Yeah. We're trying to figure out which parks are next because this blew our minds. A couple lessons. One, because like I said, originally I was going alone. So I stayed on the South Rim, which, was an expense that probably didn't need to happen. But lesson learned. Lesson learned. Yeah. I mean, staying we're talking either getting somewhere cheaper, right outside the parks. But again, I was traveling alone as a woman. So I had to think of shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll get somewhere different. But I want to go to Utah again. Utah was beautiful. It was absolutely Arizona was gorgeous too. It was. But beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, mind-blowing. Highly recommend. Yep. Anyway, so that was... we talked forever. But it was the best trip. We had the absolute best time. Like, yeah, happy birthday, Celeste.
Yeah, thank you.
But it felt like happy birthday, Danielle, because it was so amazing.
It was, if you're ever going to do something like that and you're going with people, make sure you go with people that are easy.
Like, there was no stress if we had just decided we were going to pivot and do something different. We were just like, hey, instead of this, why don't we do this? Because we can.
Easy. It was, let's go to the grocery store and just grab something. Like, we're just going to grab snacks. And then it was just easy. It was just an easy trip. I mean, physically, obviously, we were very active. We did a lot of cool shit. But it was just an easy, relaxing, phenomenal trip full of so many memories.
So much laughter.
So much laughter. Yeah. There might have been some peeing pants or splashback. Yeah. Highly recommend. Just do epic shit. Like, so the whole start of this was because of a book I read. And this guy wanted to live a remarkable life, and he was a photojournalist traveling the world. And I'm like, I want to do something remarkable for my 50th birthday. It's all I wanted. And I fucking did it. I fucking did something remarkable. So,
you did.
Yeah. So thank you, Danny. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, kids, we're going to end it because it's way past my fucking bedtime. Danny has to drive home. All right. Love you all. Say
Thank
bye,
you.
Danny.
Bye, guys.
Bye.